So I'm Kyle Hollins, the Executive Director and founder of the Lyrik Institution. At the Lyrik Institution, what we do is behavior modification. That is the heartbeat of the work that we do. We focus on the creative arts because we know that young adults have to express themselves in some shape or form, but we also know that they have to monetize that. So we stand in the gap with our Pathways to Success, and that's our internship program, where we modified our mentorship program into internships because what we believe is young adults have to be involved in the things that they learn.
My name is Ray Lucas. I'm a culture coach for Lyrik Institution, and my role is to be a pivotal part in a lot of dealing with the students, the youth, the scholars. The biggest challenge of a culture coach, to be honest, I say first it'll be making sure that my mental health is straight. It's really nothing hard because it's not a job. It truly is a lifestyle.
So what we found out with Lyrik Institution is that poverty is not just about finances, it's actually a thought process. And that's how we impact our community. We have a real strategic curriculum that dives right into the thought process. Our heartbeat is what we call neuroplasticity, and it's the uprooting of neurological pathways, right? So what we do is, and this to an example would be like this. It would be like a young adult going through a traumatic experience at 7 years old, right? So they come up with a 7-year-old solution to that problem. Well, if we don't go in and uproot some of those ideologies, they're gonna grow old with that 7-year-old solution because we live in a survival environment, right? There's so many things to worry about. There's so many issues and struggles that we have to face. We're not gonna go back and go resolve a problem that we already feel like we solved the problem to, right? So then we become these adults that are kind of stuck in this thought process, and now it's no longer, how do I become better? It's the world is out to get me. So what we want to do is we want to focus on how do we add more solutions to the one incident that kind of shaped and formed their lives.
And it may not look like the way you want it to look. It may not sound like the way you want it to sound. Who cares? Tell me how you know how to live life as a freshman. So if we got the code, and you need the code from us, tell me why you're gonna fight. Matter of fact, if you don't agree, if you do agree, just blink and breathe. Thank you.
I'm Kenye Frazier. I'm a culture coach for Lyrik Institution. It's really cool to see the potential that our organization has and the impact that it can have on the community that we're in. From my standpoint, I was a kid who grew up in District 500, not really expecting to see much of a future. It just so happened I had the opportunity to go move out of state because my mom provided that for me.
What I believe and think, and what stats and some facts show kids are going through in the city, if we can just go back to the 2020 pandemic, and having to be out of school, and the disconnect from everyday schooling, socializing, and that pause they had to go through to be over the internet. That's a whole learning curve. You just got to build here I've been going to school every day to learn, and now I just wake up in my pajamas. And so now getting back and things are, I guess, back to normal or coming back into, trying to build that bridge back, the attitude for learning. That's in the school environment. Outside of here, because I have a teenage daughter, I had a teenage daughter, and it's not a lot to do. It's not a lot of safe, fun, educational environments.
What is the why? What's the reason why we do the work that we do? And I'm reluctant to think about some of the young adults that face these struggles that aren't talked about, right? That are more demonized. So we catch a young girl that comes to school late every single day. Maybe doesn't even make it to second hour every single day. And we're quick to suspend them. We're quick to send them to ISS and do these hour-long lectures about why you should care about school, but we never ask the question why, right? at Lyrics, we want to ask the question, we always want to ask the question why. We want to know why you're not making it to school. And that's when you find out that the young girl has been homeless, stays in Kansas, catches 2 buses to school just to make it because she knows that this is her only way out, and the lifestyle that she's been birthed into, she's kind of trapped in without the education. But it's still going to affect her GPA. And it's still going to affect her transcripts, and it's still going to affect her opportunity to go to college and where she chooses to go to college at. And that could be one of those elements in life that stops a young adult from actually even trying. Why try when everything against me is, holding me back?
You should give the Lyrics Institute because kids spend all day in school and they need somewhere to exercise their creativeness. There are no programs to exercise the creativeness that these kids want to let out of them.
And we need people like you. We need people like you to step in and do more than just say it's a problem. I mean, we need to really look at this issue as an epidemic, right? We need to look at this issue as all hell is breaking loose. And until we look at this issue like that, we're just gonna keep looking over it. And we can't, my staff can't, we won't look over a young adult that's 16 years old, pulls up on me with, 2 zips of weed and an ounce of coke saying that I got a baby to feed. We're not gonna look over a young adult with an AR-15 in the car talking about, I gotta survive. I'm not gonna look over a young lady that says I have to choose between my siblings eating and me eating. I'm not gonna look over a little girl that's mom is on meth and sleeps in the back of an ice cream truck. I'm just not gonna look that over. And I'm not telling you to have sympathy and just pour out I'm telling you to partner with change. And that looks like tithing or offering your time, your treasure, or your talent. Whichever one. The kids need it.
You should give the Lyrics because there are kids who are and were raised in different situations than a lot of people could even fathom, and just having that opportunity to give back and help people who want to actually grow and learn and see stuff from different viewpoints. That's why you should help Lyrics Institution.
I can tell them how to make music. I can tell them how to draw, but you need paper. You need microphones, recording devices. I could tell you could be the greatest news reporter, but how do you know if you're not in front of a camera and somebody's behind the camera who wanting to be a cameraman or an interviewer? You got to have these things to practice, because practice makes perfect. But good practice is having the things to practice with, and that takes money. That's why you should give to the Lyrics Institution.